Uber GTO here, and I want to do a little review on shotguns. I'm not going to cover every attachment, every kind of pellet, because it would take for freaking ever to do that in every single gun. So all these are going to be buckshot only. First up is the QBS. This is a starter shotgun. It has a fire rate of 230 rounds per minute, the fastest of all shotguns minus the USAS, and it fires 11 pellets, which is a fairly good number. It's not the highest, it's not the lowest, it's right there in the middle. But as fast as you can fire this thing, you destroy everything in front of you. The only problem with that is you're always reloading. I mean, fairly freaking often you're going to run out because you're going to blast through everything. And always reloading that damn shotgun. This is a great starter shotgun. I really like it. It's great in those clusterfuck situations you get into. But it's not the best in the game. Next up is the 870. It has a fire rate of 109 rounds per minute, which isn't very fast, but it is a pump action. You get 12 pellets per shot, which is fairly good. I tend to be able to put guys down with this thing, usually in one shot, more often than most other shotguns. It seems to have decent distance on it, and you really tear the other team up with it. So far, it's my shotgun I have the most kills with. I seem to do better with this shotgun than except for maybe one or two other ones we're going to get to here in a minute. This thing is downright amazing, at least for me. I guess it'll vary. I do run this occasionally with slugs. It's not bad with slugs, but slugs, defensive perk, a lot of times they'll take more than one shot, and that's no good. Infiltrate doesn't seem to pack the punch, and frags are just stupid. Next up, you got the M1014. It's another very fast shooting gun at 210 rounds per minute. It fires 9 pellets. Kind of mediocre, other than the fact it shoots fast. It might reload slightly faster than the QBS. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked that stat up, but it's very familiar. It's hard to say which one's really the better out of the two. They're pretty equal, but you do feel kind of like a badass as fast as it fires. But at the same time, you're gonna be loaded a hell of a lot with this gun. As that is though, the reload is fairly fast. It doesn't have a giant magazine, but it's great for situations just like that one. Jumping in and just destroying everything in front of you. I do tend to run ammo with this because I run out of ammo very, very fast. Moving on, we got the Hawk 12G. This shotgun is, I thought I was going to like this one, but the fire rate is very slow. At 96 rounds per minute, it's the slowest of all the shotguns, but it does fire 14 pellets per shot, which is great because it does a hell of a lot of damage if you manage to connect mid-center on a target. They have very little chance of surviving it. It does happen because the hit detection is not always perfect, but that fire rate will hurt you pretty bad at times. I've been killed quite a few times when there'd be more than one guy and I couldn't get that second shot off to save me. But it does destroy one-on-one. But of the slower pump action shotguns, it's definitely not. It's probably my least favorite, to tell you the truth. The 870 and the spas just dominate this one. As you can see, with more than one person and a bad aim, you're just going to get owned a lot. Then we got the Saga. I love this shotgun. It seems to do quite a bit of damage. Its fire rate's 200. I'm not sure about the pellet count, but I destroy people with this shotgun. I find it to be amazing among the other fast-firing shotguns. It's got a magazine load, as you just saw there. It makes that reload very, very fast, and you can really dominate. I know it's good just because I have more people complain and yell and bitch in the chat about this gun than any other shotgun there is. I don't know what it is. If they hate it, I love it. Right? If they're bitching, I'm doing something right. Next shotgun you unlock is the Spas. I love this thing. Fire rate's 109 rounds per minute. It shoots 11 pellets, one less than the 870, and actually almost all stats are worse than the 870. Yet somehow I like this gun more. I seem to be way more consistent with it. I seem to drop people at further ranges with it. and it just works better. I don't get why it's actually a better weapon, but it seems to do very, very good damage at all situations. I have a tendency to get more one-shot kills than with this and everything else. And getting one-shot kills is the most important thing about a shotgun. You don't want to have to sit there and take shot after shot after shot to kill him, especially on a pump-action shotgun. The reload's decent on this gun. It's not great. It's definitely not the fastest. But at the same time, you can interrupt it and fire shots in between, so that's not so bad. I personally enjoy guns like this. I don't know why, but I love them. In Battlefield 3, this is one of my favorite shotguns to put a slug on and run around with like a 4x scope and pop a sniper every now and then. It's truly a great gun. Next up, we got the UTS. I really wanted to like this gun. It seems extremely inconsistent. As you'll notice, it's not just the hit detection, I don't think, because I've tried this round after round, and I seemingly don't hit people fairly constantly with it. It has a giant magazine. You can see the goofy reload where you load one shell on one side and one on another. Just kind of odd, but it's different, I guess. That's how the gun is in real life. But sometimes you think you're playing like a reloading simulator, because if you manage to somehow empty most of your shells, you're going to be reloading for quite a while. So once you do finish reloading it, it has a fire rate of 99, the second slowest of any shotgun, and a 10 pellet count. Decent on the pellet count, even though they seem to not do a hell of a lot. Fire rate is kind of rough sometimes, especially since it seems to always take a couple extra shots. It gets you killed. Then the final shotgun you get is a DBV-12. It has a fast fire rate of 200. It shoots 9 pellets. At the same time, I mean, as it shoots fast, you think it'd be decent. I tend to not do nearly as well with this as, say, something like the Saga or QBS or M1014. Those guns work very well in all kinds of situations. This thing, I tend to not do so well. I don't know what it is about this thing. I have to be very cautious like that because I'll run out and I'll just get destroyed. I was kind of hoping that last shotgun would be something pretty awesome, but in the end you get some kind of weird AK-ish version of a shotgun that doesn't work so well. Yeah. Next up is everybody's favorite, the USAS. It's a battle pickup. It comes already pre-equipped on some maps. It blows everything the fuck up. I like it. At the same time, it's kind of stupid. You tend to get a hell of a lot of hit markers before you kill anything. It's really more distracting than deadly most of the time. It's great for that splash damage and blowing people up like that, though. The gun's best at intimidating other people. Makes that giant bang, and it shoots at 300 rounds per minute using that frag round. But it really is better at suppressing the shit out of them than actually killing them. You definitely can kill people. I mean, you shoot it that fast and it'll blow everything the fuck up in this way. But you could have 5 guys standing in a row and you might get 1 or 2 of them typically. It doesn't do much damage to me, it seems. As you work your way through the pistols, you'll notice there's a shotgun. It's a very short range shotgun, sawed off, pump action. It only has 3 rounds in it at any given time. For some situations, this thing is really nice. You can really surprise people when you're running around with whatever you're carrying that's, maybe not good at short range and just destroy them. I really like it. I haven't used it nearly enough yet. But anyway, it shoots 120 rounds per minute and it shoots 8 pellets. You're going to really want to not miss those shots, though, because if you empty out your primary and you only have this thing left, you miss a few times, so there's multiple there, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble with it. And you also can't use it in the water like other pistols, which is kind of a downer, huh? In your assault kit, eventually you'll unlock the M26 mass. This isn't bad. The fire rate's decent. I don't know the exact numbers on this because it's not documented anywhere that I've seen, as is the pellet count. But it's pretty good. It's decent, but I also feel very guilty about it. It's better left usually running a med kit and defibrillators. That way your teammate's not getting its ass kicked. But, you know, use whatever the hell you want, I guess, right? I'd have to recommend if you have it, you use that shorty. It seems to be a better option. You don't have to get rid of your med pack and your defibrillator this way. And those two things are crucial if you want to be a team player. Of course, I've seen a lot of people playing, and most people aren't team players. Of course, another option is use a shorty and use a grenade launcher instead of the mass with your assault rifle. Saving the worst for last is the dart. Oh man, this thing has by far the slowest firing rate of just about anything in the game. I don't know what it is. It's terrible. If you miss your shot, you're going to die every time. The damage seems it's not that great. I couldn't recommend ever using this thing. You're better off with just about anything else. It's that bad. And that sums up pretty much all the shotguns in the game, other than there's a million different ways you can equip things, I know, but it's every shotgun there is. If you could like this, it would be awesome because this took me hours to do in a hell of a lot of games. It's a hell of a lot of work, so please like it if you can.